Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am Crispy and today we are back on my butterfly island of Mariposa. Today what I want to do is create as many butterfly shapes as we possibly can. So last time we worked on this butterfly garden area and I really love how it came out, and then we decorated for our purple villager yards, our last two purple villagers. And so I built up some cliffs back here, but I think I want a little bit of separation between the colors. Like I have my blue villagers left and I have some green, and I just want to spread them out a little bit. I do have two other frog villagers that I'm gonna put down over by the peninsula. So most of my villagers are still on the beach, but I have 4 placed so far. So I think beside my purple villager yards, I'm gonna try to create a butterfly cliff with like a waterfall in the middle, maybe. And just like a pretty feature just to kind of separate some of the villager colors. And then I might do like a little path coming out here and do another butterfly garden, but we're just going to create some butterfly shapes and see how far we get. Alright, so the plan that I had originally, I had to throw it out the window. I had made this butterfly shaped cliff and tried to put like a waterfall in the middle, and I thought that it would come out kind of like the sunken heart waterfalls that you see like online. I did that on my Valentine Island and it was great, and I thought, okay, a butterfly is going to be the same thing, it's going to look similar, you know, it's going to work. Well, it didn't work, and it didn't look like a butterfly in the middle. It kind of looked like a heart actually. So I thought, what's the point? And so I'm doing this sunken butterfly waterfall instead. I was gonna save this for the museum, but I decided to do two. I decided to do two. So I am showing the process of making the first one, and then I won't worry about showing the process of making the second one. Sometimes, you know, we plan on doing certain builds and it just doesn't work out like we planned, but I just decided to try something different, and I really am happy with the end result. It's an absolutely massive, huge build, and so I really hope that you guys enjoy. I did so much of my island today. I knocked out so much. I guess I'm kind of speedrunning my islands at the moment because I feel like sometimes, you know, you get bored with islands, people get bored watching islands, and so I'm just like, well, maybe I should try speedrunning it and doing a new island. So I am wondering about that. So yeah, if you guys have any thoughts on whether or not you'd love to see a new island, let me know in the comments below. I am working on a winter challenge at the moment, so if you would love to see a winter challenge, please let me know. I'm also thinking of maybe trying to do like an all bear island like I had started before, so I'm thinking about bringing that back. So there's a few different ideas that I have, but I just built up this cliff around the sunken butterfly pond and did some waterfalls behind it going into the butterfly pond, and I think that it turned out really cute, and I'm gonna create another one of these in just a moment. Alright, so I have created this sunken butterfly waterfall here beside our butterfly garden, and there's like a little land bridge going over here. I've moved the museum up here, and I want to create another one in front. Also, I did work on the butterfly ponds in front of Tad and Lily's house. So those are ready to decorate. Might do that next time. But I think now what I want to do is decorate around the museum, create another sunken butterfly waterfall like over here. And then, yeah, I think we'll be done for today. Decorate this area, and call it good. So I am gonna start working on that. I probably won't show all of the terraforming over here just because I did show all of it already, and I don't want this whole video to be terraforming. I do want to get to decorating, but I did have a lot to prep and terraform for these builds, so hope you guys don't mind. But I will see you once I'm ready to decorate. Alright, so the first thing that we did was work on decorating the museum. And so I'm putting the castle pieces around the museum like I did on my fall island and like I did in front of the Nook's Cranny. And I do love making the museum into a castle build. It's just a good way to cover it up because I don't like the regular exterior of the museum. But what I am questioning is the color. There's not a lot of castle pieces that would fit, or I should say color variations that would fit the color scheme on this island because they don't come in purple. This is the only blue version, and I'm just wondering if maybe I should have used gray. I don't know, the blue is fine, but it's not my favorite color variation of the castle pieces. It does kind of match the roof of the museum though, doesn't it? I never noticed how teal the museum roof was. But anyway, yeah, so I'm just wondering if maybe I should have used the gray and if I should switch out the color variation of this. So if you guys have any thoughts on whether or not you think I should use the gray version instead of the blue, please let me know in the comments below. But I really like how it came out. I love doing castles, and I've been doing a lot of castle builds recently actually, which is very unlike me because I'm not usually a builder of castles. I don't usually do them, but recently I have been covering up some of the buildings with the castle pieces and I really like doing it. So yeah, I think it's a good way to hide the exterior. Sometimes I just use like trees and pillars and stuff like that, but now we are working on decorating the overlook that looks over the Sunken butterfly waterfall. That's a mouthful. But it did take me so long to do this build. Oh my goodness. I had to time travel so much because of all of the inclines, and at one point I had used up all 10. I think I have all 10 used on this island, and so I might actually take out the incline behind the purple villagers. They have an incline going down to the secret beach, and I might actually take that out because I don't actually use the secret beach on this island. So I'm thinking about taking that out, and then I could use that incline going somewhere else. But I just wanted there to be a whole bunch of terraforming and butterfly shapes on my island, and just do like this big, huge, massive build. And I thought that the museum would be a great place to do it. And I didn't have any idea what I was gonna put beside my purple villagers, so I just ended up putting a second butterfly pond or waterfall. and I had originally lined the cliffs here with bushes and log stakes, but I ended up coming back with the simple wooden fence. I don't know, I like the log stakes, I love the log stakes, but I just felt like maybe the white simple wooden fence would just look a little bit better and not quite so rustic. I don't know. Rustic is not the vibe that I'm going for on this island, you know, because it's very colorful and fairycore and whimsical, but not necessarily rustic, you know? So anyways, just thought I would throw that out there, but I am just filling in the space. I'd already put down the path, and then I noticed that I needed to do a path over to the incline as well, because that is a big giant land bridge that goes over the second sunken butterfly waterfall that you can overlook the museum. So we have so many overlooks going on and so many sunken areas, and I am just loving it. Let me know in the comments if you've ever built a sunken area, because I am really loving putting these sunken areas on my island. The only hard part is getting down there once you terraform it to actually decorate all those little ledges. Oh my goodness, that's a pain. That is definitely a pain in the behind, but it's fine because it was all worth it in the end, and I really love how it came out, and I can't wait to show you guys the finished product. I did a lot of the filler area off camera, but I tried to show as much of the decorating as possible. I don't even know how much people like to see filling in all of the space and the area. A lot of it is filler, and I do use a lot of flowers and bushes on my islands, but you know, I try to show as much of it as I possibly can. But the things that we got done today, we did 2 sunken butterfly waterfalls, like I said before. We also terraformed the 2 butterfly ponds in front of 2 of our frogs, Lily and Tad, which we'll probably do next time. We also did another land bridge. We had done a straight land bridge before in a previous build, but we did like a curved land bridge today with inclines that go up to it and then down the other side, leading to where our blue villagers are going to be. We did a castle museum built a castle out of the museum, and then I also finished moving all of the rest of my villagers. I had six villagers to move into place. I think at least 4. I can't remember if I had moved I don't think I did. Yeah, before starting this build, I hadn't moved Tad and Lily. So I moved Tad and Lily, and then I also moved Blue Bear and Ione into their space beside the museum. It will be on the left side, and then below them, on the ground level, I have my green villagers, which is Murphy and Nibbles. So I did move all of my villagers into place, which did take a lot of time traveling. I also put in so many inclines and a few bridges and all the rest of the terraforming that I needed to do for this island, which was so much. It has taken me 2 days to do this big ginormous build, but it does take up a lot of space, and I really like how it came out, so I think it's fine. But I just had lunch, so I'm kind of on like a little bit of a food, you know, energy rush, I guess you could say. I also just had some iced coffee, which was amazing. But you know what is also amazing? My daughter is going to grab Starbucks on her way home from school. So I'm going to get more coffee, and I need all the coffee today because I did not sleep well last night. My husband is out of town at the moment, and so I never sleep well when my husband's not here. I hear every single noise and every movement, you know, and I'm just like, what's that? What was that? What was that? So yeah, I did not sleep well, and I had to get up earlier, you know, to get all the kids ready for school. And sometimes, you know, we share those duties, and he lets me sleep in a little bit because I don't have to get ready for work, you know. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so he lets me sleep in a little bit, but I have to get up early when he's not here. So yeah, I need all of the coffee today. But I just wonder if you guys love Starbucks as much as I do. They have these iced brown sugar oat milk shaken espressos that are divine. They're so good. It's my favorite drink to order from Starbucks, and I was gonna get like a new protein coffee today. I thought about trying it, and I was like, you know what? No, I just want my usual. And so I had I'm putting down all of the decor on this cliff, and you might notice that I kind of decorate myself into a corner, and I'm not going to be able to put all of the things down because I'm not going to have room. So I ended up having to pick up that triangular topiary there because yeah, there's no way I'm going to be able to put them all down and be able to get off the cliff. So yeah, that was fun. I'm always decorating myself into a corner, but it's fine. Usually I just have to call rescue services and have them drop me off at resident services, and it's fine. But resident services is not exactly the easiest trek to, you know, get to this area. It's like behind and around and over like the land bridge, and so yeah, it's not the easiest place to get to. So I didn't want to have to call rescue services. Yeah, I did not want to, because that would have been a pain to get back over here, and every single time I time traveled, I had to do that. I had to come from my house, which, oh my gosh, guys, my house is still on the beach. I just realized that. I'm gonna have to find a place for my house. I don't think I've done that yet. Okay, well, note to future self, you're gonna have to find a place for your house because you've figured out all of the other placements of all the other buildings on this island, and yet you have not figured out a place for your house. So that is the thing that I'm just now realizing. It's fine. It's fine. But I can't believe I forgot that. I mean, you know, it's... I'll figure out a place. I thought of putting like a rock garden on the far left side of my island, and I may have to make room for my house as well over there. But I just could not believe how many butterfly shapes I got done today. It took me so long, but I was just so happy with the end product. I have never before built a sunken butterfly pond, sunken butterfly waterfall. I've never done any of these builds before, and it just goes to show, you know, that if you put your mind to it, you can accomplish big things. And so I just want to put that out there for you guys. If you think you can't do it, you can do it. You can do hard things. It can happen. So I am just filling in the space by my purple villager yards because I wanted to fill in this whole little, cliff leading over to there, but it's not a walkway, it's just a filler area. So I filled it with a whole bunch of flowers, bushes, and the glowing moss ponds and the large mushroom platforms. I know I've said it before, but I absolutely love using the glowing moss items in this game. They're some of my favorite items to build with. Have you guys ever used the glowing moss items like the balloon and the boulder and the stool? I haven't used a lot of the stool, or any of the stool maybe, on this island, but I do love this stool as well. And it just, all of the colors and everything, it just makes me so happy. It really does. I love looking at all of the colors, and it's so different from what I am working on right now, because I'm actually working on a winter challenge, and it's so like lacking color. And so just looking at all of the colors on this island is just so different. But yeah, what are you guys working on right now on your islands? Are you working on fall islands? Are you working on Halloween islands? Are you already working on winter islands? Because I am working on a winter island, and I would love to know how many people love winter islands, because I know it might not be a fan favorite, but it is a thing that people do at the end of the year, you know, when winter comes, or right before. And so I'm just wondering how many people want to see a winter island, or if you're enjoying the islands that I'm doing right now, the butterfly fairy core and the fall island, you know. Do you guys love seeing those? I'm just wondering what people are really excited about with Animal Crossing. What themes you're excited about, what themes you're loving seeing people do, you know? Just wondering, because I am always curious on what themes people are enjoying. I love fairy core. I love natural islands. And I don't do a lot of city core or town core, because that is not my forte and not my comfort zone. One of my members suggested that I do a city core theme, because I'm actually getting really close to finishing my member island. I'm doing a 20-acre nursery rhyme slash storybook fairy tale. I don't even know what theme you would call it, but it has been so much fun trying to do all of the nursery rhymes, and I will be doing a tour of that for everyone when it's finished. But I really have enjoyed working on that island, and so I don't know what theme I'm gonna do next for my members, but someone suggested city core, and I'm just like, oh no, because that's definitely out of my comfort zone. When I first started playing Animal Crossing, I did the norm core, you know, like everybody I think did. When they first started playing Animal Crossing, I used the in-game paths, I used the stone and the arched stone tile in-game path. And when I first started downloading custom codes, I would just download the borders to those paths, and I would just put borders on my paths, and I would do straight paths to all of my different buildings. I think on my very, very first family island that I had, I actually used the brick path, which is so weird because I've not used that path since then. But I just thought it would match resident services, and so that's what I used, and I didn't even have a border to that. But I just put a straight path going to all my different buildings, and I didn't do a lot of terraforming. I didn't know how to terraform. You know, I'm still not the best at terraforming, but I have gotten a lot better than I used to be. So I am thankful for that. But yeah, I just did more of like a town core, city core kind of norm core. I don't know what you would call it. And once I figured out the 9 tile custom paths, I just never went back. I love them so much. I love organic shapes. Whenever I was in college, I was actually an art student, and so I would do a lot of abstract art. And believe it or not, I was in this figure drawing class, and I didn't want to do pencil or charcoal for like figure drawing, so I started using cow markers. I don't know if you guys know what those are, but they are big fat oil like crayons that you can get to mark cattle. Farmers use them, and I would get them at like the farming stores because I am from Texas, and so there's a lot of farms and crops around. It's a very rural country, type area, and so it was easy to get these cow markers, and I would buy all the different colors and use them on my figure drawings, and I would make them more stylized and abstract, and so I really loved doing that. And my art advisor actually told me when he saw my portfolio that I could maybe make it as an abstract artist. And so it was a little bit of a punch in the gut because, I had mainly just been a drawing and painting major, and I didn't consider myself like all abstract, But so that happened. I don't even know where I was going with this story. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that story. But so maybe I was talking about Animal Crossing themes and pass. That's where I was going. I totally forgot. I'm just filling in all of the little ledges. I didn't even show all of it. But I wanted to get every single ledge and every single cliff because I do want to do a rock garden on this island. And so if you fill every single space at the end, it makes it so much easier to do your rock garden. So yeah, I love using the 9 tile paths now. I love making organic shapes. And so that is what I have done. And I love doing natural islands, and I love plants. I love all of the foliage, all of the flowers and trees, and I'm just not very comfortable with city core. So that's where I was going. Now I remember because, sometimes we get off on tangents and we forget what we are talking about. But now we are finishing up the final cliff in this build, and you can see if you look over our museum and all of the castle pieces around the museum, and it just turned out so amazing. I could not even believe that it turned out this good because, I am usually not, I'm not always happy with what I create. Sometimes I'm not, but I was really happy with how this came out, and it was worth all the effort and all of the hours that I put into it. And I'm so glad that I did it because it does take up a whole lot of space, but it's also really pretty. And I had put this tree down here, and it kind of blocked the view a little bit, so I do end up picking that back up. But I just filled in most of the sides of this land bridge with a whole bunch of flowers and bushes and glowing moss, and I put as many of those ruined seats down as I possibly could because I wanted to fill them with butterflies, and so I used as many of the butterflies as I could. And I am really happy with how this came out. So now the rest of the island, I need to decorate the blue villager yards. I need to decorate the green villager yards and do my little butterfly ponds with my froggies again, because I do have 2 more froggies to do. And then we just need to decorate the campsite area. I also need to decorate the rock garden that I want to do, and I guess around my house, because I did forget my house needed to be part of this island. But then it's just the beaches, which are my nemesis, but also I do like when the beaches are done, so I guess I will do them even though they're not my favorite thing. But yeah, I had probably 10 at least acres of island left to do, probably half of my island, before I started this build, and now it's down to like probably 5.5 or 6, I kid you not, because this was so massive and took up so much space. So I'm so glad that I managed to get it done. It did take forever, but I got it done. So that is all that matters. Have you guys ever done a build this huge on your island? Like, am I the only crazy one? I know Minxie has done massive builds, especially with her museum. So I know I'm not the only one out there who has done massive builds, but I don't know. I'm just feeling like, with the museum and the sunken butterfly waterfall, that it kind of called for that. And I have seen like ACNH with Sky on Instagram. She has a beautiful version of this. It's way more beautiful. Her build is unmatched, but I did get inspiration from her build. She has beautiful scenery and overlooks, and I could not even compare to her fairy core island, but I'm trying to make this as butterfly core as possible. So hopefully, even though it has similar colors, it is hugely different, because I wanted to use as many butterflies as possible and butterfly shapes. And even though I used a few of the crescent moon chairs on the yards for my purple villagers, I just wanted to try not to use too many Nova Stars and crescent moon chairs, because I know that is definitely fairy core-esque, and this is more what I'm calling butterfly core, even though it's pretty much the same thing, minus the Nova Stars and crescent moon chairs. I don't know. I'm trying to make it as butterfly core as possible. But this is the last little area that we're gonna fill in before we are finished and I do the final walkthrough. I did all of the little surrounding ledges just off camera because it was just a bunch of flowers and bushes and glowing moss. So I hope that you guys enjoyed. I hope that you are still enjoying this island, and I know it's not gonna be too much longer because I am trying to kind of just finish it up. I don't want people to get bored of seeing it, and I get bored with islands after a while, so I'm ready to start something new. But if you guys have any thoughts or ideas, please let me know in the comments. And if you want to see a Winter Island challenge, let me know in the comments. But I hope that you're having a wonderful day wherever you are in the world. I hope that you are having fun with your islands, whatever it is that you're doing. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to all my members. I appreciate you guys so much. And yeah, I will bring in my helper for the final walkthrough, and you'll see just how massive this area is and how much we managed to accomplish today. I was just so thankful that we got it done. So thank you so much for watching. And we are finally finished, and I have my helper here.
Hello, everyone.
You ready to see it?
Yeah.
I did such a massive build. I did this sunken butterfly waterfall area.
That's pretty.
And then I came over here and did my museum.
That's pretty good. I like that.
Like that?
Yeah, that's
I can't
pretty
decide if I like the blue castle pieces or if gray would look better.
Gray would be more of like a medieval look.
You think?
Blue is kind of giving ocean.
Okay.
I'm being honest.
That's true. And then also, I have this other sunken butterfly waterfall overlook. And this land bridge goes all the way, excuse you,
My bad.
to where my blue villagers are. You okay?
Yeah.
We still have a little bit of a cough from when we were sick, but we
Yeah.
are feeling a lot better. So, yeah. 2 big sunken butterfly waterfalls. They are
And
massive.
the museum.
Yes. Massive. Like, massive.
Massive.
But I really love how it
Amazing.
came out. I just can't decide if I like the blue castle pieces or not. What did you say?
Low T for fade. It's an old meme.
Okay, well, I'm not down with all the memes.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Anyways, this was a huge area. If you look on the map, you can see how huge it
Those are
actually
pretty
was.
big.
It takes up like 4 acres of my island.
Dang.
But I did move all the villagers into their areas. They're all moved in. I just have to figure out where I'm going to put my house. Yeah, so I gotta worry about that. But
You gotta work on that.
yeah. But next time we'll either work on these blue villager yards or maybe work on the butterfly ponds. Oops, I missed the bridge. It's right here. In front of our frogs, because I gotta redo the exteriors still. But this is Tad and Lily, and we have these 2 double butterfly ponds.
That's what I saw on the map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did a lot. I did a lot of prepping and terraforming, and this leads to our entrance. So I still haven't done this area. Maybe I could put my house over here or
Yeah.
on the other side of the bridge. I have to stick the campsite somewhere too. I'm not sure where it's gonna go, but I'll figure that out. I was thinking about putting my rock garden here.
That's a good area.
And a lot of my rocks are already over here, so.
Love the
All right.
dress that you have, by the way.
The what?
The
Oh,
dress that you have in the
thank you.
game.
I might wear this for the DA. I really like it. It's very
It's
pretty.
pretty.
All right. Shall we say bye?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye, everyone. Make sure to like and subscribe.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.